If you woke up in the morning and discovered that you had some sort of magical ability to travel through time, how would you use it? Would you use it to better the world by stopping Hitler, or would you use it for much more selfish goals, such as winning the lottery, or even maybe eating that same cup of pudding several times and getting all of that flavor but none of those calories? The Girl Who Leapt Through Time is a much needed, simplistic and lighthearted take on time travel, as it's just a slice of life anime following Makoto, a high school girl who's clumsy and one day finds herself with the abilities of time travel. So how exactly does this high school girl decide to use her wonderful abilities, which just fell right into her lap? Well, she decides to go back a few times and save herself from the embarrassment of her clumsy ways, such as the time she went back and didn't start that fire in the middle of her class by dropping cabbage into hot oil, and there's also the times she went back for pudding. Because, well, I mean, it's pudding, we can't really blame her for that. There's gods of destruction out there who do the same thing. And of course, we can't forget about the time she inadvertently used this ability to save herself from being hit by a train. Can't say I blame her on that one. At the end of the day, she's just a young girl, and we can't expect her to have the best judgment of when to use these abilities. Because hell, could you imagine what I would do with those same abilities? In fact, much more like it. But of course, all actions have consequences, especially when you play around with the flow of time, as Makoto experiences the ugly end of the butterfly effect. Considering that her goals were relatively insignificant and she didn't do anything major, her consequences were never too severe, but they were enough to have negative effects on the people she knows and the world around her. Now, coming into this movie, I didn't expect it to be that enjoyable because it's just not my cup of tea, but the jokes were funny and also the dramatic bits worked as well. I felt it was a pretty heartwarming story. I enjoyed The Girl Who Leapt Through Time because it was simplistic. It was just about an ordinary high school girl who was using a time travel ability to fix small issues in her everyday life, and for those reasons, this movie worked. But my only complaint about the story in itself is that I didn't really buy into the whole explanation of the time control, and I didn't really care for the parts of the story which focused on the time control itself and not the rest of her life. And you know, it's just a small bit, so it's not really that big of a deal. I found the presentation to be beautiful, mostly because of the detailed backgrounds. I love them, but the character designs, especially with some of them, left a bit to be desired, honestly. I watched this movie twice, once in English and once in Japanese, and I thought the English dub works pretty well, so I would recommend, if you're gonna check this movie out, go ahead and check out the dub. I recommend The Girl Who Leapt Through Time if you're a fan of slice of life anime with a healthy balance of comedy, drama, romance, and science fiction. Have you seen this movie? Let me know about that in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.